I am Joshua Nixon. I'm a musician and audio engineer and producer of this podcast.
That's right.
And my name is Van Duff. I am a local musician as well, and I reside here in Stettler.
And we currently got Landon out of his comfort zone.
Yes, we do.
Over at the OBS station there. So it's a learning curve for the man, but that's good. So you guys went to the Country Music Alberta Awards show. You both had different roles in the awards. Now talk a little bit about that, guys.
Would you like to go first, Josh?
Well, sure I will. Well, I was working with H Factor Productions. I was part of the production crew for the kickoff party and for the Riverview Room, which held the annual general meeting, which they have every year, as well as the red carpet stage. And that was my position, as well as I went to the awards show and did everything I could to, stay in the family and see everybody that I could. And yeah.
And you missed the Imperials game because of it.
I did miss the Imperials. I watched it. I watched it from my room when I could.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was a fantastic game.
But so you would say your experience at this year's Country Music Alberta Awards was pretty good?
Absolutely. It was different than any of the other experiences I've had there, because this would be, I was thinking about it this morning, I think it was my ninth Country Music Alberta Awards that I've been at, because I started going in 2016, I believe, when Renegade Station won Group or Duo of the Year. Mm-hmm. And
now they keep putting on, I feel anyway, more and more production value for the Alberta Awards themselves. So was there anything specifically that impressed you with the production?
Honestly, just the fact that they were able to make it sound halfway decent in that room.
Yeah.
Not to mention that...
Where was it again?
It was at the Edmonton Convention Center in Hall A. So do you
have a little trouble with the sound in such a room?
Absolutely, because it's a massive room. Mm-hmm. It's, for how long the room is, it doesn't have a very high ceiling. So it's just like a tunnel of sound. So we were sitting a little bit closer to the back. It was, it sounded good where we were, but I feel like as a little bit further back where the fan zone was, it probably would have been pretty boomy back there.
Yeah.
And talking to a couple people back there, they said like they could hear the vocals coming through when the bands were playing, but when the speeches were on, it was just, pretty muddled.
Yeah.
But
as a bit of an audio nerd, you walked in and you're like, this could be troubling. This could be interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm doing a mix literally in the next room on the red carpet stage.
Gotcha.
And the sound guy comes in and tells me that I need to scoop out a certain frequency because it's reverberating in the Hall A, the room right next to it. And just too much that they can't do their job.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's got to be a lot of really intricate little things that they have to really dial in to make that room sound good.
Yeah, all of that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Working with people like that, know the ins and outs of audio. And I'm sure a lot of people that you were working with, just, professionals and very, very good at that kind of stuff. So I'm sure it was a great experience.
Absolutely.
Have you worked others before, or was this your first gig?
This is my first time working for the CMABs.
Yeah, because obviously you've been with your dad and Renegade Station, everything like that many a times, like you said, for about a decade. But you'd like to go back and work there again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it was fantastic. And they bring in really, really good crews to work those shows. Like that main show is there's so much production value to it, and there's so many people that are behind the scenes making everything work.
Yeah.
From the people that load in all the equipment to the people that are, the techs for the bands, that, if there's a broken string or a broken drum head or something like that, there's people to fix all those issues. And then I know I believe the production manager this year was Billy Hansen, and I know she just did a wonderful job because it was a very, very tight show.
Yeah.
It was very polished.
Yeah, sometimes you underestimate how many people go into such a production.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So very, very interesting stuff, and it's impressive to see when everyone gets together. Everyone's got their own little job to do, and when it all comes together, you get a production like that.
Exactly.
So it's very cool. Let's move on from the production element to more of the music and that kind of side of things.
Yeah. Van?
Go ahead. You guys both
Well-
played there as well.
Yes, my experience there was a little bit more on the spectator side. I was kind of just going to get a feel for things. It was my first time going, and I was really enthralled by how much talent there was there. It was completely unreal. There was, for the kickoff party, a handful of musicians performed there, and it was, I believe, Cruz Vallis, the Brothers Bicker Band?
The Brothers Bicker Band or the
Brothers-
Brother Bicker Band?
Say
Brothers
that a few
Bicker Band.
times.
Yeah.
Fast.
Jaden Riley and just so many other incredible artists, and then they had an open mic sort of situation going on, and
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on playing at all over the weekend. I was just kind of looking forward to getting to sit back and relax and not have to worry about playing in a room full of insanely talented musicians where I'm like, oh my god, they can hear my every mistake.
I'm sure it's intimidating.
It was intimidating for sure, but once you kind of got eased into it, it was lots of fun, and it was a blast. I ended up getting asked to play for two different performers on the after party of the awards show, which was really cool. Yeah.
Let's pull up that little photo of me and Van at the that'll be pick number 1, I believe, of us at the kickoff party.
We didn't have any fun at all, actually.
No,
you can,
none.
you can
Not
tell
at
by
all.
that picture.
Yeah.
So, Van, as far as performing is concerned, like, what are you doing now, and perhaps what are some aspirations of yours?
Well, for the most part, I'm kind of just doing freelance work. People give me a call, they give me a shout whenever they need a guitar player, and it's a really cool line of work because I get to work with a lot of different artists of different genres, mostly country, but it's cool getting to see the process that they all, use to get to the show. The rehearsal, everything from the rehearsal to the actual show itself. And the awards show actually really helped with that because I got to meet a lot of new people and get a lot of new opportunities and make some good first impressions.
Yeah, networking's such a big thing in every industry.
Of course, yeah.
And,
Absolutely.
Playing with some of those guys and everything, did that help? Did it raise your confidence a little bit
For
too?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
When you stop and they're like, oh, they didn't say I suck. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. I remember looking out into the crowd and I saw some people like pointing over at me and making some gestures
Awesome.
and stuff, and they had smiles on their faces, not
Yeah.
like, they weren't like
sure
freaking out or
Gauging
anything.
the crowd.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did they like that?
I think-
they did. Good.
Yeah, no rotten tomatoes or nothing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So hopefully one day, we can see you there in maybe a bigger capacity.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that'd be really cool.
I definitely think that's going to be happening very soon. I wouldn't be
You
surprised
got a good
with,
friend here.
with how much he's playing
Yeah.
that he's going to make Guitar Player of the Year, at least a nominee.
You're just being sweet on me.
Oh, no.